Dear listeners, have you ever wondered how some people never go to a salon, yet their hair always looks brand new? They never visit a stylist, never touch a dryer, yet they show up every day with a fresh, perfect look. Meet Anam. Her secret. No one knew. Anam was the most beautiful girl in St. Teresa's College, Ola, in Delta State. Her skin glowed like the morning sun, her eyes sparkled like river light at dusk. But what made her truly special was her hair. Every single day, Anam appeared with a brand new hairstyle, neat, flawless, and different from the day before. Some days it was butterfly braids, other days shuku with golden beads, and sometimes cornrows twisted like a crown. Everyone admired her. Teachers smiled at her. Students followed her around. Even seniors greeted her with respect. But there was one big mystery: no one ever saw Anam go to any salon. No stylist ever came to the hostel. No hair dryer, no sound of combs, no smell of relaxer cream. Yet every morning, her hair was new. Her hostel mates, Essie, Ivy, and Tarila, began to notice. One evening, after classes, Essie whispered, "Have you ever seen Anam go to the salon?" Ivy frowned. "Never. And I've never seen anyone come to braid her hair." Tarila looked up from her phone. "Exactly. Every day, she comes out looking like she has a personal stylist. It's not normal." At first, it was just admiration. But curiosity grew into suspicion. "I think she's hiding something," Essie said one night, pacing the room. "Maybe she sneaks out at night to do her hair," Ivy suggested. "Or maybe," Tarila said slowly, "someone braids it for her in secret." "We need to find out," Essie concluded. That night, they stayed up till midnight. Then they tiptoed to Anam's room. Essie had stolen the spare key from the hostel matron's drawer. With trembling hands, she unlocked the door. Click. They crept inside. What they saw made their hearts stop. Anam sat on her bed. But her head was on the table. And her hands were braiding her own hair with supernatural speed. Her neck was smooth, as though her head had never been attached. Her eyes were closed, yet her hands kept moving, neat, perfect, inhuman. The girls froze in terror. Suddenly, Anam's head turned, eyes glowing. "I knew you would come," she said calmly, her voice echoing from the table. The girls screamed. Anam gently lifted her head and placed it back on her neck. She stood, her eyes glowing faintly in the darkness. "You should not have come here," she said. We just wanted to know," Ivy stammered. "You braid your own hair but your head," Tarila couldn't finish. Anam looked at them sadly. "It is a gift passed down from my ancestors, women of the Yoruba clan. It is sacred and protected by strong spirits. You must never speak of this to anyone." The girls nodded quickly. But the next morning, Essie whispered, "I recorded everything last night." "You what?" Ivy gasped. "I turned on my camera before we entered. I have proof." "You're not going to show anyone, are you?" Tarila asked. "Yes. I'll show the principal of St. Teresa's. The world must know who she really is." That morning, Essie marched into the office. "Sir, I have something shocking to show you," she said confidently. But when she opened her phone, the video was gone. She checked her gallery, her file manager, even the cloud. Nothing. It was here. "I swear." The principal frowned. "Be careful, young lady. False accusations can destroy lives." Embarrassed, Essie left the office. And in the hallway, Anam stood waiting, calm, silent, her eyes burning.
"I'm not lying, sir."
"Why are you doing this, Essie?" she asked softly. "Did I hurt anyone? Why are you trying to expose me?" Essie hissed. "You can't scare me. I'll find proof." That night, all three girls had the same dream. They stood in a dark graveyard in Imeva village. Fog swirled around their legs. A tall woman appeared, glowing eyes, horns on her head, holding a golden staff. "You have disrespected a sacred gift," she thundered. "Leave Onom alone, or your souls will pay the price." The ground shook. Then she vanished into mist. They woke up screaming. Each described the same dream. Deborah trembled. "I'm done. I'm not going near her again." But Essie wouldn't stop. "She's bluffing," Essie said. "If she's powerful, why hasn't she done anything?" Days passed. But Essie and Tarila couldn't resist. One night, they sneaked back into Onom's room again. The door was open. The air was cold. Onom sat on her bed, head detached once more, braiding her glowing hair. Essie grinned, filming quietly. "Got you now." Then the door slammed shut on its own. Onom's head snapped back onto her body. Her eyes burned like fire. "I warned you," she whispered. Rose dropped to her knees. "Please, Onom, forgive us." Onom raised her hand. A small wooden box floated into the air and opened. 3 glowing strands of hair drifted out and wrapped around the girl's wrist. "These are your warnings," Onom said coldly. "If you ever return, your punishment will be eternal." Terrified, they ran away. Weeks passed. But pride blinded Essie again. "She's just a witch trying to scare us," she said. "We'll expose her tonight." That night, only Essie and Tarila went. Deborah refused. They crept into the room one last time. This time, the lights flickered. The ground vibrated. Onom rose slowly from her bed, her feet not touching the floor, her hair floating like smoke. "You didn't listen," she said softly. Before they could move, glowing spiritual canes appeared from nowhere, whipping the air like thunder. Essie and Tarila screamed. The room filled with wind, chanting, and fire. Then, darkness. The next morning, the 2 girls were found lying on the school field, bored, confused, and crying. Their memories of Onom were gone. Their hair never grew back again. No doctor could explain it. No prayer restored it. From that day, they were mocked and laughed at across Ola. And Onom. She continued to walk the school halls, beautiful and calm, her hair new every day, untouched, unbraided, and sacred. Moral lesson. Curiosity can become a curse. Not every mystery should be uncovered, not every gift challenged. Essie and her friends disobeyed warnings, mocked sacred power, and were consumed by their pride. They learned, too late, that some secrets are meant to stay hidden. And that arrogance against the unknown leads only to destruction. Respect traditions. Respect mysteries. And never let pride make you blind to danger. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel for more African story.